Hi everybody, this is Miss Morgan, and today we're going to go over the journal entries to issue a bond at face value. So we have a bond for $500,000. We're going to issue that bond, and on that bond, on the face amount of that bond, is the contract interest rate, which is a 5% rate. The interest will be paid 2 times a year, so it's semi-annually, and it's going to be a 10-year life of that bond. So the first thing I want you to calculate are the total number of payments. So if you pay interest twice a year for 10 years, you will actually make an interest payment 20 times over the life of that bond. The market rate will also be given to you. The market rate will help you decide how the bond will be issued. Will it be issued at face value, at a discount, or a premium? Well, here the market rate is 5%. Our contract rate is 5%. Whenever the market rate and the contract rate are the same, the bond is issued at face value. That means that we will receive $500,000 for a $500,000 bond, which makes the journal entry a little easier. We will debit cash for $500,000, and we will credit bonds payable also for $500,000. And on that day, bonds payable, the liability, will go on our books. The next thing you have to calculate is the interest payment. And we're going to do that by saying the face amount times the contract interest rate divided by 2, because we're going to make that payment twice a year, which will be $12,500. That interest payment is going to be made 20 times over the life of the bond. So when you pay interest, you're going to debit interest expense for $12,500, and you'll credit cash, for $12,500. When a bond is sold at face value, it's important to know that the amount of the interest payment will equal the amount of interest expense. This will not be true for bonds issued at a discount or a premium. At the end of 10 years, when it's time to pay off the bond, you will debit your liability, bonds payable, for the full amount, $500,000, and you'll credit cash for $500,000. And at that point, when you debit bonds payable, you're taking that liability off your books, and now you owe $0 for that bond. Hope this helps you remember the journal entries for a bond issued at face value.